Okay, let's talk about how a jackpot happens from the back. So no matter where you get a jackpot, it'll eventually, the ball will drop down and roll into your seesaw. It'll pivot down, and when it does, the ball will come out and it'll roll down this track and go down here and eventually drop out into your bucket. But as it's going down, it's going to hit a long metal arm, and it's going to push that metal arm down, and as that metal arm goes down, it'll pivot right here and it'll push this rod up. And as it pushes that rod up, all this linkage here will pivot, causing this white arm here to pivot, releasing this rocker arm here that's holding all the balls in the jackpot. And when that's released, the balls will drop down, hit a metal plate back here, then roll across and hit this white arm. When it hits that white arm, it'll pivot down, and when it does, it'll reset your seesaw for you automatically. It'll pivot down, the balls roll across, and they normally hit a bell here, and then go into your play tray. Once your play tray gets real full, the balls will back up, and they'll back up, and so eventually what will happen is they'll fall. When this arm goes down, the balls will just drop straight down, hit this bell here, and then go out to the receiving tray down on the bottom tray on the front. Let's take a look at that. Okay, the first time I got a jackpot, the second time the ball stopped part way. That's because we don't have enough balls up top, and sometimes the jackpot will pay out and sometimes it won't, but it won't complete its cycle. It won't reset everything. We've got a couple levers here, this white lever and one behind it. Those aren't in the proper position. Let me show you. I'll get another jackpot. And you can see the balls are starting to stack up here. So I'm going to do another one. That one, it didn't even go here because it's stacked up because the seesaw's in the wrong position, all because we don't have enough balls in the supply tray. So the first thing we'll do is we'll try adding balls to the supply tray. Okay. Now we need for this arm to complete its cycle. We're going to give it a little tug. I'm going to tug on the rod going up and see if it'll move freely. So I just pulled down a little bit and then I let go because it was able to do its cycle. Now if it had been tight, you would stop and see if there's anything else going on. But the main thing is keep your supply tray full of balls. Keep your seesaw in the right position, and everything will be fine. Machine, if you're going to lay it down or move it or store it, we'll go ahead and release the balls here. And that released all the balls up to this point. We still do have balls right here in the track, and then of course in the jackpot here. So we want to get those out. What we're going to do is we're going to pivot this arm up and down, and it'll pay out jackpots. And on this design, it pays them out to the back. Just checking to make sure there's no balls in the supply tray, and got them all out there. We'll go ahead and lock this since it's empty. Get the balls out of the front of the machine, out of the play tray. We're going to take this lever here, we're going to push it over to the left, and when we do, the balls here will roll down to the receiving tray. Sometimes you got a lot of balls here, the weight of them causes them to jam, and you have to just loosen up the balls. Sometimes you might also have to flip the flipper to get them to flow from here to here. Balls out of the play tray and the receiving tray, then scooped them into a bucket. You still probably have a few in your shooter assembly. So you want to get those out, and usually what I do is I just pull down part way and let go so there's not enough power to shoot the ball. It goes up part way and then down in the receiving tray. Okay, I got all those out. To get in your machine, you'll have, they didn't ship keys with these machines, so because they did come from casinos in Japan. So we don't have any keys. There's no place to get original keys. You could either put a replacement lock. If this is your own machine and it's not mounted to a wall, you can just reach behind and open it. You don't have to have a key. So let me show you how to do that. There's a couple ways. The first way, let's say we want to open this playfield door here, with the glass in it, maybe to clean it. There is a loop right here, and if I lift up on that loop, the playfield door pops open. Then with the playfield door open, I can open the play tray door. There is a knob right here, a metal latch. If I push down on it, I can then grab the play tray door and swing it open so I can gain access to inside of here. That's in case you ever need to clean inside of here. Maybe someone put something inside that they shouldn't have. In the back of the play tray, we found oversized or undersized marbles. Here's your shooter assembly. There's a couple tabs on the end. You can just pinch those a little bit, swing it open, and then you can get out carpet fuzz or anything else that might be in here. And to close it, just pop that closed. To close the machine, there's a couple things you need to look out for. One, you've got a piece of plastic here. That piece of plastic needs to go under this tab right here, because as I pull down on the flipper, you can see that plastic part moving. That tab, which is over this part, causes this to go down, and when you release, it loads a ball right here in the shooter lane. So as you're closing the door, you want to make sure that that's above that part. You might have to just reach around from the back of the machine and make sure you push it up as you're closing. So that loop was not part of the key latch. The key on the other side operates a bar that latches up here and also latches down here. So as you would turn the key, it would release both of those latches at the same time. You can just, with your finger, pull down on this latch, and you can see it's actually moving the top one as well. And when you do, if the machine was mounted in a wall or a cabinet, you could swing it open. This is the part here that would be screwed into the wall. You can swing this open so you can have access to the back. And to close it, you just want to grab it. You might have to lift it up and squeeze it tight. We sure hope you enjoy your machine.